we have heard a lot of leaks about GTA 6. We've heard a lot of leaks about the campaign, about the story, about the map, about the setting, about a bunch of things like that. But one thing that we haven't heard a lot of is about GTA Online. Well, TGG put out a video a day or two ago, July 14th, so a day ago, going over exactly that. And it's done extremely well, 300,000 views in a day. And I haven't actually refreshed the page, so it's probably more than that. But I'm curious what they have to say about it. And like I said, we haven't heard much about GTA 6 Online, so let's check it out.
Or click the link in the description below to get... Use code TGG or click the link in the description below to get 10% off any Gamersupps order. Or if you just want a completely free sample...
Does he like have part ownership in it? Because it's like GG Energy and he's TGG? Or is that just like a happy coincidence?
No shipping fees, nothing, completely free. Click the link in the description below. This is a really exciting video. Over the past week, we got what is supposedly our first leaks on GTA 6 Online, and it's really...
Can I just say, I wish I had as cool of an accent as he does, or any like Australian or New Zealander does, because their accents are like wicked.
Exciting. So we're going to jump into that. We also have some pretty big news on the GTA 4 port and Red Dead Redemption 2 port to PS5 later this year, but we'll cover that towards the end. But first, let's talk about this new leak, because we've been wanting to hear about GTA 6 Online for a while now. We heard about GTA 6 first officially a couple years ago, but we've heard nothing about online. That is, until now.
To me, you have an accent? You think I have an accent? What accent? Like, would you call it a Canadian accent? Eh?
So first, what is this leak and where does it come from? It actually comes from a French journalist named Fravelis in an article that he posted on the website Medium. Now, a bunch of English-speaking companies like IGN, Gaming Bible have translated this to English so we can actually see what it says. Now, of course, leaks are leaks, right? We have to take them with a grain of salt. We don't know if it's factual, but this one... I have a good reason to believe that it is, and we'll discuss that shortly after we discuss the leak, because Take-Two Interactive kind of already confirmed this without people realizing. Anyway, I'll stop wasting time, let's talk about it. According to an inside source, the upcoming multiplayer game, codenamed GTA 6 MP, GTA 6 multiplayer of course, is currently at an advanced stage, much more so than it was during the original GTA Online.
Is this not just obvious though? Because they would already have a basic framework for GTA Online, it would just be porting it to GTA 6 instead of GTA 5. Isn't that kind of like a brain dead statement?
Which was developed between 2008 and 2013. Which makes a lot of sense. Of course, GTA Online with GTA 5 was kind of an afterthought by Rockstar, but with GTA 6 Online, of course, they're going to be developing it well before the game comes out, so it should be a lot better. Here's where it gets interesting. One of the most significant advances would be the ability to perform free-roam multiplayer activities with players from different sessions, without ever having to leave your own environment or experience loading times.
What do they mean by that?
This is huge, of course, and this is pretty much confirmed, actually. We'll discuss that in a second. This next part, I'm not so sure on, but let's discuss
I don't understand what what he means by that. I guess he's going to explain.
The next version of GTA Online is said to be aiming for a seamless and immersive gaming experience with the ambition of reaching up to 96 simultaneous players per session. However, according to my latest information, this figure is currently limited to 64 players. With GTA 6's map expected to be Rockstar's biggest so far, it would make sense for the studio to focus on bigger player numbers to make the world feel a lot more alive.
Yeah, so if the map is that big, you have to think if there's 96 players across the whole thing, it won't be that insane. Like if you, for example, took a smaller map, threw 96 players on it, it would just be a jumbled mess.
Okay, fair bit to unpack.
Jumping through lobbies without going through menus or loading screens, maybe that's what it means.
There. First, let's discuss the 96 players thing. This number feels like a pretty good number, right? GTA Online had 30 players or 30.
Okay, but here, like legitimately, here's the thing though, right? What a script. We'll leave it on this one. Give you something to look at while I talk. The timing on that. The weird thing about 96 though, right? If you're doing 96, why not just bump it 4 and then say there's 100 players online at a time, right? Like, why wouldn't, like, do you see what I mean?
With spectators And this map is going to be a lot bigger, at least 2 times bigger. At least that's what the latest mapping project updates suggest. So 96 would be, that'd make the world feel pretty dense, but apparently the number is at 64 currently. 64 would still be an improvement over GTA 5, of course, but if they could push up to that 96 number, that would be good. But honestly, that's not what I want to talk about from this. I want to talk about what we learned before, where Rockstar is trying to make GTA 6 online so that we can perform free roam multiplayer activities with players from different sessions without ever having to leave the lobby. That's kind of insane, and that's never
I don't even fully understand what he means by that.
really been done in any game before. But here's the thing, Rockstar kind of already confirmed this 4 years ago. Now, let's talk about it because it's very exciting. This is gonna get a bit confusing, but this is the best part of the video by far, so stick around, stick with me. I'll try and explain it in a way that makes sense.
Okay.
So we actually have to look up a patent from Take-Two Interactive, which came out in 2020, here it is, which is called System and Method for Session Management in a Multiplayer Network Gaming Environment.
Explain.
So I'll scroll through it here. Like, this is a massive legal document where Rockstar, or Take-Two Interactive, is essentially developing a new technology. That's what it is. Now, obviously,
Well, yeah, that's what a patent is.
it's huge, so let's read the summary that's provided. The main point of the patent is to allow players to seamlessly move between sessions without disrupting gameplay, and it aims to address the challenge of making large virtual.
So what I understand by this, like I'm trying to like piece this together in my head, and what it sounds like, just in layman's terms, without any of the jargon, is that say you are playing a game. Let's say, do we want to use Warzone as a, no, I don't want to use, let's just say you're playing GTA and you start working on like a mission or an event or whatever is going on. And all of a sudden, like there's no one around you. So you want to be in another lobby where more people are there. So then it would automatically put you into that other world that other people are on without adjusting anything for you. It would just happen automatically. I think that's what I understand from this.
Worlds feel populated and realistic while managing the technical limitations of servers and player consoles. And the patent discusses how this is better than what we already have in gaming. So traditional games and services normally use one of 2 different methods. So they can use a single session for all players. This happens in some MMOs where there's like 2,000 or 3,000 people in a single lobby. But this takes a lot of computing power, which is a massive drawback. Or they can divide players into smaller sessions, kind of like how GTA Online works now with 30-player lobbies. But this can make you feel kind of disconnected if 2 players are in the same part of the map, but they're not. Like, if you and your friend are in the same spot, but you're in different lobbies, obviously you can't see each other or talk to each other. And if you want to join an activity together, you're going to have to go through a loading screen, which kind of breaks the immersion a little bit. But Rockstar's trying to overcome this by, as the patent says, dynamically merging or splitting sessions based on player actions, which is going to hopefully create a...
Said based off of in-game events, which is different than player actions. I wonder what the actual wording is.
Experience. It's kind of hard to imagine how this is going to work because it is a new technology. Honestly, I'm struggling to wrap my head around it, but apparently, according to the patent and according to this leak, it's somehow going to merge players from different sessions that are doing the same activity together without a loading screen, which is kind of like actually insane. But as I said,
we've definitely seen things like this in games before. I'm trying to think which one, but we've definitely seen it where you're in like an open world and then it throws you into I can't think of a game, but I've definitely seen this somewhere. Someone help me.
This has pretty much been confirmed. Like, this is a legal document from Rockstar that these leaks are kind of just confirming. Anyway, when it comes to GTA 6 Online, I know this isn't what we...
The thing that's coming to my mind is a racing game. I can't remember which racing game I'm thinking of, but I remember driving around in the open world and all of a sudden, I want to say it was Burnout Paradise, but I could be wrong. And all of a sudden, like, there's another person who's doing a similar event to me, but I didn't actually have a loading screen or start an event or anything like that. I could be, it was a racing game, but I think that's like the best example I can give of that.
Want to hear just a bunch of leaks, but really, guys, if you saw the video I made last week, I think this is how it's going to be for about the next 8 or 9 months. Like, Rockstar typically doesn't announce anything for their online games until very close to release. For example, GTA Online for GTA 5 didn't even get announced until 1 month before the game came out. But there's a very good chance if GTA 6 releases in May that we don't hear anything official about GTA Online until like March or April. So for now, this is all we got. And this might be all we get for, a long time. But at least it's exciting. Okay, now to finish the video, we also have some really cool info on the potential GTA 4 port and the Red Dead 2 port that could be coming later this year. So here from GTA Series Video on Twitter, GTA 4 now lists PlayStation 4 as a platform on Rockstar's support page. This could be an error, or it could be a sign of a port. Rockstar also briefly enabled the Red Dead 2 migration option in a separate slip-up. So Rockstar's kind of made two potential errors or slip-ups, or maybe they're just preparing us. But basically, on the Rockstar website, PlayStation 4 is listed as a platform for GTA 4, which doesn't
It's probably a slip
make
up,
sense.
honestly.
Of course, GTA 4 has never been available on PS4 or PS5.
And yeah, I think you're right. I think Forza Horizon might have been the game that I was thinking of.
It's only been available on PS3. But now the fact that Rockstar's website says you can play this game on PS4, that's a good sign, most likely pointing towards that GTA 4 will be getting a PS4 port, and in turn, a PS5 port because of the backwards compatibility later this year. And as GTA Series Videos says here, the same thing happened for Red Dead 2. So that's pretty...
So this is the thing that I was talking about the other day, where I said, actually, I think this was on TWR that I said this. I think in the next 2 years, we are going to be in an era where less big new games are coming out and more remastered games are coming out. Like with Virtuos Studios' massive success with Oblivion remastered, I think we see like a Fallout 3, probably a Fallout New Vegas. Eventually we'll get a New Vegas 2 and a Fallout 5, but I think we see both of those remasters before we see anything else. I think we start to see a little bit more of Call of Duties get re-released on Game Pass. I think we are going to see oodles and oodles and oodles of those games, because the game systems are already created. They already exist. They just need to find the right studios to port them. And if Virtuos has nailed that down, they have a ton of employees. Multiple studios other than Bethesda are going to be reaching out to them to do the exact same thing that they did, because they did such a good job with Oblivion. So I think we're going to be in an era where we see so much more of that. Now, I know this was about GTA Online, but it turned into that. As far as GTA Online goes, I truly believe the two things that they are going for with GTA Online, with GTA 6, is number one, this like seamless experience where you can literally feel engrossed in this ever-changing world. And number two, they're going to be going for the creator economy, where they have like the Roblox or Fortniteification of it. Not necessarily with skins or anything like that, but where the community makes maps, makes game modes, makes content, and the studio actually doesn't have to do it. It is simply the people playing the game that create the content for the game, which Call of Duty honestly needs to do. I think we watched that one video from T-Dog where he said that, and I think he's right. I think that's probably the future of most big games. So yeah, that's what we know. And like he said, with GTA, the next little while is just going to be leaks and leaks and leaks until we get finally another trailer, but that'll be a while.